Ferrari have just dropped a new hang on, it's not even new. The Roma Spider. Today, we're gonna have a look over it and see what all the hype is about. The previous Ferrari Roma was an absolute beast of a car, but this one? Let's just get straight into it before we get a cease and desist letter. Now, back to the Roma Spider. Is it just me, or does this car look like it was designed by a blindfolded child with a hammer? I mean, come on Ferrari, what were you thinking? But hey, maybe we're missing something here. As we explore this unique car, we'll take a look at its features and design, if you can call it that. And we'll try keep an open mind, despite the fact that this thing is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. So sit tight, buckle up, and let's see if the Ferrari Roma Spider can redeem itself, or if it's just a gimmick. The bad. Now onto the design. Let's be real, the Roma Spider looks like it was hit with an ugly stick. It's like the designers were trying to create a modern art masterpiece, but they just ended up with a mess. The front end is a disaster, the back end is forgettable, and the whole thing looks like it needs a good chiropractic adjustment. It's a shame they didn't invest in some better mirrors, because if they did, they would have realized what a monstrosity they'd created. And don't even get me started on the interior. It's like they were trying to make it look futuristic, but they just ended up with something that looks like a cheap toy from a dollar store. Let's use the engine start button as an example, or should I say engine start screen. Seriously? You put the most important button in the whole car on a touchscreen? Not cool, Ferrari. It's as if they raided a 90s arcade and decided to use those neon lights for the car. The design. Oh boy, have you seen the Roma Spider? It's like they took a beautiful Ferrari and decided to just ruin it for everyone. The fabric roof is horrendous, it looks like it was made from an old tablecloth. And don't even get us started on the back seats. They're so tiny they make a clown car look spacious. And let's talk again about the design, or lack thereof. It's like they let a group of toddlers loose with a box of crayons and told them to go crazy. The original Roma and its brothers the 812 Superfast and the GTS are beautiful cars, but the Roma Spider? It looks like it was designed by someone who's never seen a Ferrari before. The front end is a mess. It's like they took inspiration from a platypus and said, hey, let's put that on a car. And those headlights, they're so small, they look like they're trying to hide from the embarrassment of being on the car. And the side of the car? It looks like a Picasso painting, if Picasso was blindfolded and had his hands tied behind his back. The lines are all over the place, and the proportions are just plain weird. But the pièce de résistance is the back end. It's like they took inspiration from a garbage truck and thought that would look great on a Ferrari. The taillights are so big they could be used to signal passing airplanes. And those exhaust pipes, they're so big they could power a small country. Although, in all fairness, they do sound absolutely amazing. But hey, maybe we're being too harsh. Maybe there are people out there who like the look of a car that's been through a blender. Maybe they enjoy feeling like they're driving a clown car. And who knows, maybe the fabric roof is really just a fashion statement, like wearing socks with sandals. So if you're in the market for an ugly car that'll make people question your taste, the Ferrari Roma Spider is the car for you. Just don't say we didn't warn you. Alright then, now that we've given the Ferrari Roma Spider a good roasting, it's time to dish out some constructive criticism, because let's be real, no car is beyond redemption, except maybe the PT Cruiser, but that's a story for another day. First things first, let's talk about the price. We don't need to take out a second mortgage just to own a car that looks like it's been hit with the ugly stick. Ferrari, give us a break here. How about making a value version of the Roma Spider for those of us who can't afford to sell a kidney on the black market? And while we're at it, can we talk about the fuel economy? We get it, it's a sports car, but do we really need to sell our firstborn child just to keep the tank full? How about some more eco-friendly technology so we can save the planet and our bank accounts at the same time? Now onto the design. It's time to step away from the crayons and pick up a ruler, Ferrari. Let's ditch the blender look and opt for something sleek, elegant, and dare we say it's sexy. After all, we don't want to feel like we're driving a car that was designed by a blindfolded toddler. And speaking of things that are practically invisible, can we please get some headlights that actually light up the road ahead? We don't want to accidentally drive off a cliff just because we couldn't see where we were going. Last but not least, well, let's talk about the interior. We're not at a rave Ferrari, so how about toning down the neon lights and incorporating some more refined design elements? We want to feel like we're driving a luxury car, not a disco ball on wheels. All in all, the Ferrari Roma Spider has some serious room for improvement, but we're willing to give it a second chance if they can make some changes. So Ferrari, let's see what you've got. And please, for the love of all that's holy, let's make this car a little less ugly. Weight saving. Well, look who's trying to pull a fast one on us. Ferrari with their weight-saving fabric roof for the Roma Spider. Nice try guys, but we see right through it. We all know you just wanted to make us feel like we're driving around in a circus tent. If you really want to impress us, give us a hard top that'll make heads turn. Not only will it look better, but it'll also protect us from those pesky raindrops and hailstones. Plus, we won't have to worry about getting tangled up in the fabric every time we want to put the top down. And let's not forget about the back situation. It's like they try to fit a family of rabbits back there. Come on Ferrari, give us some real back seats that we can actually use, or just get rid of them altogether. Take a cue from the 812 GTS and give us a two-seater. We don't need to cram in the back like a clown car. So Ferrari, it's time to step up your game. We want a car that looks good and is actually practical. Give us a hard top and some real seats, and we might just forgive you for that whole fabric roof debate. The good. Enough hate. Although looking like a fish, this car can go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour faster than a cheetah chasing its prey in just 3.5 seconds. With a top speed of just under 200 miles per hour, you'll be the envy of all your speed-loving friends. And let's not forget about the acceleration. It's so quick you might just leave your stomach behind. The release date is just around the corner, aiming for the fourth quarter of 2023. However, being Ferrari, it'll most likely be 2025. We're sure there are plenty of people out there eagerly awaiting the chance to own a car that's both ugly and overpriced. But hey, maybe it's worth the wait. Or maybe it's just a cruel joke the car manufacturers are playing on us all, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the anticipation for the Roma Spider release is almost as intense as the disappointment you'll feel when you realize how much you've spent on the car. It's like waiting for a sequel to your favorite movie, only to find out it's a terrible cash grab. But hey, maybe the Roma Spider will surprise us all and be the car of the year. Or maybe it will just be another overpriced, underwhelming addition to the Ferrari lineup, who knows. The Roma Spider may have some redeeming qualities, but it's still an ugly, overpriced, and overhyped car. But hey, if you're a thrill seeker who's not afraid to drop some serious cash on a car that looks like a melted ice cream cone, then go ahead and take the plunge. Just don't be surprised if you end up regretting it. Let us know in the comments if you're brave enough to take on the Roma Spider, or if you'll be sticking to your trusty old sedan. Well boy, we've taken a joyride through the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Ferrari Roma Spider. And let's face it, the bad and the ugly seem to heavily outweigh the good. Our thesis statement stands: the Roma Spider is a ruined version of the normal Roma. But hey, it's not all bad news. If you're a thrill seeker who's willing to overlook the questionable design and hefty price tag, the Roma Spider has some impressive performance and safety features, and let's not forget the excitement of its upcoming release date. Although we must say, we can't promise you'll enjoy looking at the car. It's as if the designers took inspiration from a platypus and a pineapple and somehow created this monstrosity. And don't even get us started on the grille. It looks like it's trying to eat its way through traffic. So what do you think of the Ferrari Roma Spider? Are you brave enough to take on the challenge of driving it? Or do you agree with us that it's an eyesore on wheels? Let us know in the comments, and maybe we can solve this mystery once and for all. Don't forget to subscribe.